I'm reviewing another Transformer here on my YouTube page. It is animated Starscream for origami artists too. Oh, I hope you like your review. I hope you like your review. I hope you like your review. It's starting now. It's starting now. Oh. Alright, here we have animated Starscream. And I am zoomed in too close again. Here we go. Futuristic-y looking jet. I am the product of an Air Force family, so I care very deeply about jets, so doing a slow turn bar here. One thing you'll notice, he has backward wings and backward tail fins. It's very odd, but it's Starscream, you know, it kinda fits. He's a bit rebellious, so why not break the rules of physics, cause wings like that would not fly at all. I would also like to take a moment to point out that he does in fact have rear landing gear. For the longest time I didn't notice those there, and I felt like an idiot when I just, found them out. They are hard to pull out, but it is doable. So yeah. One thing I do like about the thrusters for his robot mode is that you can angle them up or down. They do go side to side, it's not as well. Nice little touch though. Moving on. And as always, looks good from the top. Not so much from the bottom. But as always, not supposed to be looked at from the bottom. Yes, I do have issues. You can rotate his Nori cannons forward so that he can attack while in jet mode. It makes sense, he's a jet, he should be able to attack, so not bad. 2 sore spots on this figure. One, right here below the wing, you can see a lot of robot pieces, legs, part of his shoulder, and they could have finished that off a little bit better. And the other part is on the back. He has visible hand disease, which is not nearly as bad as visible head disease, but still not good. Hasbro, what were you thinking? You could have done that better. Alright, so as a whole the jet mode is good, with minor problems as far as visible hand disease and the leg problem, which is kind of visible in this picture. So overall, and let me stop recording so I can think about this. Overall, jet mode is going to get a 4 out of 5. I can't rationalize anything higher than that. So that's usually my average for vehicle modes anyway, so 4 out of 5. Okay, here's the thing. Starscream's transformation is like one big automorph. You pull the legs down, everything else follows. So really that's about the best I could do. I'm really sorry about that. But with something like that, there's no getting around it. Here you have animated Starscream in his robot mode. And I have a lot to complain about with this mode. For instance, well, okay, let me talk about good stuff about the figure first. He has good light piping in both the eyes and the mouth. Which is good. It as you can see here, it's going off not that bad. It works out pretty nice, looks like a jack-o'-lantern, nice job. He has a good range of motion in the arms, firing missiles, good leg motion. So overall, given all that, what's wrong with the figure? I mean, you saw about how much he has in the arms and about how much he has in the legs, and the fact there's no cannon to fire missiles. So here's the problem. Problem 1, you got this little backboard behind his head. which is not there in the cartoon, and I really think that they could have done the whole wing thing better. I don't like how you have the blue going across the red on his shoulders. It doesn't look nice. It doesn't, you know. And the wings do restrict posability. Then again, this is Starscream. He always has wings on his back. This problem is actually rather fixable. Hasbro says that his back should look like this, with the little thingies open facing outward, but that just makes him more kibbly and more awkward in the back. So what I usually do is I just usually leave them closed. They look better like that. I mean, they don't get in the way of posability, and when you're looking at him from a side view, he doesn't look stupid. While he can look up and down fairly good, that's about as far sideways as he can get. I know I went off in a rant in one video about how they shouldn't be able to turn their head that far. It should be farther than this though. I mean, this is ludicrous. I mean, that's bad. So he's losing points for that. So a couple reviews back, I told you that Classic Grimlock was my first favorite figure. Cybertron Primus was my second, and I said I wasn't allowed to tell you my third, because he wasn't in any of my SMAs yet. You're looking at him. Animated Starscream. I don't know why, but there's just something about this figure that clicks, besides his knee joints. Which also, okay, if in any of my reviews I say click joint, apparently they're called ratchet joints. I don't really fancy that name a whole lot, so I call it click joint. Anyway, I don't know, there's just something about him I like. I'm not sure. One more thing I forgot that I didn't like about the figure. His Norway cannons. In the show, they look more G1-ishy. And you know, the toy doesn't really look G1-ishy, and I wish the cannons did look G1-ishy. I know some people like the way the cannons on the toy look, but I don't fancy it a whole lot. Back to why he's my third favorite. Again, I don't know. I got him, I transformed him, he's easy to transform. Jet mode is probably the best jet mode we've seen in a while, besides Cybertron Skywarp. And the sad thing is, it's not even based off a real jet. I mean, I don't know. There's just something I like about him. He looks weird, he looks awkward, I don't know. I don't know. Forgot to mention, he has ankle posability. Pretty good stuff. He's pretty posable, I must say. Yeah. So, do I recommend animated Starscream? If you're a completionist, you're gonna get him anyways. But to the average buyer, if you have $20 and you feel like buying a TF from the animated line, I guess I do recommend him based off personal preference, but I'm gonna go ahead and give his robot mode a 3.5 out of 5. I do have a problem with the back kibble. There was the whole thing I mentioned with the backboard and how you have those two blue things going across his shoulders. The head articulation is bad. But really, aside from all that, a good figure, very solid. It's just, I have to be a reviewer, and I have to see if it's a good figure in terms of articulation and whatnot. So he's getting a 3.5 out of 5 because of some minor, semi-major issues. So, robot mode, 3.5 out of 5. Overall score of, giving him an overall average of 7.5. So, lower than my usual score, but oh well.